Here we go, guys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is HD, joined alongside by Pain User, and it's time for the first game of the night. We've got Complexity MVP's finale versus SlayerS Alicia, and down in the bottom left-hand corner, you guys can see that this is finale. He is playing, of course, on his Korean account, and this is Alicia. Both players playing on the Korean server. Yeah, we might have a few games tonight, guys. You know, where we can't tell who the players are if it's a mirror matchup and it's all in Korean characters, but we'll do the best we can, and hopefully we don't mess that up. I think we should be able to figure it out just judging by the order of the games and the way they type the names out in the replays, but we'll have to see. Not only that, we can also kind of tell based off of, obviously, you know, on the left here and on the right, we've got the scoreboard ready to go. So pretty easy to tell there. And, man, this is going to be a good set of games, I think. Obviously, both these players in the lower bracket. Whoever wins here will go on to face Mouse Esports, which just got knocked down by Quantic IM. And that obviously means that the grand finals can go into an extended series if Mouse wins against the winner of this set. But if not, then it'll be either Complexity MVP versus Quantic IM or SlayerS versus Quantic IM. Indeed. For the grand finals and $10,000. I think it's going to end up being either Mouse or coLMVP. One or the other. So you're saying you're putting your money on coLMVP winning out this series right here and beating SlayerS? I mean, it just depends on who both teams play. If SlayerS, they're already throwing out Alicia, so they're definitely rocking some of their top dogs early here, and I really like to see that. So I don't know. You know, SlayerS has a really solid lineup with a lot of depth, and so does coLMVP. So it really depends. Although coLMVP is much more reliant on Dongregu and Keen. Yeah, don't forget about Keen. I was just going to mention Keen is a super solid player. So expect to see him in this set. Coming up pretty soon, hopefully. And let's not forget about SlayerS, man. MMA, obviously, coming on point. We might even see a couple of their non-Terrans play as well, because they've got, like, obviously right here, we've already got Alicia starting things off. And one interesting thing to note is, you know, a lot of teams are sending in a Protoss player always first in the Team Arena Challenge. Why do you think that's? It seems like a lot of teams actually are. I don't know why that is. Maybe they just feel confident with Protoss on this map. Quite possible, too, that Protoss just makes a better race to scout out with. I mean, I just feel like they can be aggressive. They have a lot of different builds that can work out in certain situations. And maybe they're just confident in Finale and Alicia being their scouting player to start things off. That's definitely a possibility. And also, you know, a player might showcase his style more versus a Protoss player. Who knows? Not that really matters in the other matchups, so I don't know what the reasoning behind it is, but we have seen that quite a few times. Yeah, a lot of teams have been throwing out a Protoss player early on. It's almost expected to see a Protoss versus Protoss to start the night off, but there you have it. So we do have a 2-gate opening out here from Alicia. The map, of course, being Daybreak. This is a pretty big map here, but it is a 1 versus 1 map, and it looks like Finale here going to be adding on the Robo Bay after the first gate. So he's pretty much going right into Robotics Facility, and we'll see where he goes with that. A lot of different ways he can swing things. He can go into a Warp Prism if you wanted to. He could also throw down 2 more gates and go into Blink with Observers coming out of the Robo Bay. But it looks like Alicia also going to get the Robotics Facility as well. So Alicia just opening up with 2 gates here, getting himself some added production. And I think the reasoning behind the 2 gates from Alicia is to hold off any potential 4-gate or any kind of really fast aggression from Finale. And it'll allow him to get the Robo up much more safely. Now you see Finale dropped his 2nd and 3rd gates much later on, but you know, his build, I think, is a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more economical. Yeah. He wasn't worried about denying the 4-gate so hard. Here we have gates, well, is that the 3rd gate? Or no, that's actually his Twilight. There's the 3rd gate coming down right now. Yeah. So he's going to have a Twilight Robo, 3 gates, and obviously going for some sort of a Blink build here. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's going to use... There's a 4th gate.
Going to use the robotics to get observers so he can spot the high ground. Going to chrono boost the blink out here, and he has added on a 4th gate, so he's going to have quite a bit of production. Pretty much a 1-base build here, and he's going to try to win the game outright with blink stalkers. And let's see what Finale's building. Now remember, he did get a robotics facility, so he can get some immortals out. Immortals are just primo against stalkers. And Finale also getting an expansion too. We've been seeing this more in Protoss versus Protoss, where players are brave enough to you know, throw down that Nexus and hold it.
Yes, indeed. Immortals are super primo good
They are
against stalkers. It's always nice to have a couple Immortals. And there we go. Finale finally pushes him off.
He's going to kill the enemy observer. Alicia gets that obs. That's a huge blow right there for Finale.
Yeah, it really is. He's going to have to...
he's in the dark.
Yep. He's either going to have to build another one or perhaps cancel the Immortal that he was making, but I don't think he will at this point. The Immortal's already more than halfway done, so...
And that's going to be really good for him to have, because he's facing a primarily Blink Stalker build. Immortal's obviously doing 50 damage per shot to a Stalker, and
now
really
they have equal range as well.
And they have equal range. So they're really not too scared of Stalkers at all. But look at this, Alicia inching closer and closer with proxy pylons, trying to get really close to that natural. And what he could do here is bait the enemy forces out and then warp in and attack that Nexus.
Yeah, he certainly could. And now we have both players just kind of playing a little cat and mouse, and Finale needs to fall back here. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Alicia blinks right on top of him with everything, takes out the first Immortal. Stalker's going down as well. Finale is just getting ripped to pieces right here. There is no way he is going to live this one down.
Yeah, this one looks like it's going to be pretty much over. Alicia coming in with a beautiful blink. Love the proxy placement of the pylon as well. He was able to clamp down on the left and right side of that Protoss ball. Took out the Immortal almost instantly, now forcing Finale to pull probes off of his main as well. And really, he's only got an Immortal and a few probes here. And he's trying to desperately warp in more reinforcements, but it looks like he just doesn't have the production to keep up with Alicia. Alicia can continue to warp in 4 rounds of units, whereas Finale can only warp in 3.
And there you have the GG. There it is. So SlayerS takes game 1 of this series with a really impressive build order from Alicia. Just solid. I love the flank on the left side with the pylons surrounding all the forces, killing the first Immortal immediately. It was just really well done on his part.
是上将。